Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So we are going to try to do this video quick, fast, and in a hurry intro. So the first thing we've got is our spoilers, like always. It says that may include this Hank and Henry palette, along with the other palette that is possible, which is this Boxycharm exclusive. They made it themselves. It is super nice. That is for your base box. And then your premium, I'm not even going to go through with pictures. It is a Fenty box. You're going to get a Fenty lipstick. I believe there's like the Fenty blotting papers, the Stunner, or not Stunner, the Trophy Wife highlighter, and a couple of other things. So then we have got the Boxyluxe, which is going to include that same Boxycharm palette. There's also a possibility of any of these three things. It's a curling wand, skincare, and a Tarte palette. And we are also going to be getting the PMD Clean Smart Facial Cleansing Device and a NARS lipstick, which those are really good. I've done a wear test on them. You can go back and find that. So, spoilers are out of the way, and my camera is dying. So, the first thing I got in my box, I picked to get this Becca foundation. I got mine in the shade Cashmere. I don't know if it's going to be the right shade for me yet, but we are going to find out. And I'm getting it out of the bottle. It looks pretty close to what my foundations usually do. Then we've also got this Luxie 3 blender set here that came in the box as well. We're going to use the biggest one. I already dampened it, and go ahead and pick up the foundation and apply like that. I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. This is not my foundation color, but it will suffice and we can make it work. So when I use a beauty blender, of course I bounce the foundation around, but I also do some dragging to speed up the process. Just like so, if y'all can see what I'm doing here. And it gives you a really nice, almost airbrushed looking finish. I do not use a beauty blender on a regular basis, but depending on what I have going on, I do love the finish it gives me. So we're just going to get a little bit on this forehead, and I'm going to let y'all see what this foundation looks with half my face covered and half of it not. So if you can tell in the camera, this isn't quite my color, but it's definitely giving me a pretty good finish, good coverage. It's matte, which is something I super like. This one claims to be a 24-hour coverage. If you want to see a super good wear test of this, Nikki Tutorials did one last year that was incredible, where she legitimately wore this stuff for 24 hours, stayed awake the whole time, went out and did stuff, and it performed amazing. If anyone would like to see me do a wear test, feel free to let me know and I'll see what I can make happen. But if you'd rather just look at hers, that is totally fine too, because I don't think I could outdo that. I'm gonna need a little bit more. The pumps came out funny the first time because it was the first pumps. So we're gonna grab a little more foundation to get the rest of our forehead and make sure that is covered. Now, I use a lot more foundation than people usually do. I would rather cake face and know everything's covered than not quite have enough. For most people, you probably only need 2 pumps of this, especially if you're using a brush, which tends to get you a lot more coverage. And your foundation goes a lot farther than it does with a sponge. So that is a personal preference. I'm using the sponge because it came in the box. That's me. And I'm just beating this in. This foundation itself, I believe, retails for $44. The sponges are kind of up there, so we've already more than made up the value of the box. And we still have some more to go. But I'm just getting this foundation in, trying to make sure that it is blended relatively well. I do look a little cakey, but I did use way too much of this foundation, so that is entirely fair. So that is on. I'm going to toss a little bit of concealer on real fast so that I can show you the next makeup product. And then we'll just go over what's in the rest of the box, and I'll be back to talk to y'all once I have all my makeup on. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on. This actually came in Boxy too. This is a pretty vulgar concealer. It's not my favorite, but it's not horrible. Totally usable. It's a little dark for what I prefer. I like to use basically a white concealer to get a really good highlight, but that is okay. So we are going to get this on. Oh, and my mail truck is outside, y'all. Blend this out. Get rid of these dark circles because y'all know I always have them. And this does give me a really natural look when I use the actual right shade of concealer, even though I don't like to. So the next thing I've got is the Ciate Everyday Vacay. It is a coconut scented setting powder. Don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes the coconut scents overwhelm me, but it may not be too bad. And it's not too strong. It's definitely there. This is the packaging. Nice regular setting powder, nothing out of the ordinary. Dumped a little bit out. I'm going to grab it on the other end of this sponge and just tap it in to set my under eye area. Just like so. And we may actually go ahead and bake a little bit today because I've got a very, very long day ahead of me. So we're just going to set that in. See if we can grab a little more. And it feels pretty good. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit and we're going to go over these other products real quick. So the other two products I got were these Evio Skin X Aurora Refreshing Cleansing Hemp Wipes, which are pretty good. I think they're kind of like makeup removers. And then I also got the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. And I know I love First Aid Beauty, so those should be pretty great too. I'm not seeing my card. I think I lost it somewhere, but I know this box has like well over $120 value. So I am gonna go finish up my makeup and I'll be back in a minute with my final look. Okay guys, so I got my makeup finished out and I am gonna show you this eyeshadow I did. It's super simple, super neutral, not a hard look. I went ahead and used this Iconic palette. I got it as an add-on, but a lot of people did get this in their Boxycharm. So that's another product that for some people came in the box. But yeah, so I know it's been a while since I filmed. I'm so glad to be back. I'm going to try to do better. I know I say that in every single video, but I swear I'm really going to try. And yeah, so let me know what you got in your box down below. Let me know what you're excited about for this month, next month. Any spoilers you've heard of. If I've missed any, definitely leave them in the comments. And yeah. So that is it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Bye you guys.